And good morning, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. Welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, heard every Saturday morning right here on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner. It's all part of Coach's Corner Sports Network. Glad to be here. Hope you're excited about being here. Got a great lineup like I do every week. Hey, I got to slow down. I got home at 12:30 last night. I called the BC Wayne County football game. Got to appreciate Dan Flaxa, Andrew Davis, Jerry, and the whole crew for inviting me, Ken Slats, to do the color. I mean, it was a lot of fun. So, little less sleep because then I got to put the show together for this morning. But I'm here. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. Got a great lineup. But once again, what is the Coach's Corner Sports Network? We got 4 shows. Okay, this all started way back when with the first show, Rubbin' and Grubbin', on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain. The kid knows all things NASCAR. It's a NASCAR show. Rubbing about cars, grubbing about food. They grub food here at Coach's Corner, but there's no more breakfast here, so I can't grub food, okay? And, of course, the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, Lawrence Bennett. He's the producer. He's the mastermind behind this, and I jumped on. I got kicked off the radio. COVID-19. I didn't know where to go. I started doing it local places. Hey, you know what? Coach's Corner. They do a show. Let me approach John Henderson, and here I am since April 2020, okay? So that's the first show. The second show, of course, me, the New Yorker, the fast-talking Italian, okay, every Saturday morning with the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, 9 to about 10:30. And then the third live show only goes once a year, 1 week out of the year, the Masters, the Herb brothers at the 19th hole. They set up the Henderson cabin. They do 5 straight days of the Masters. A lot of fun. Brent and Sean Herb, love you guys. They do a great job. They're brothers. Check it out. Go to YouTube, the 19th hole. You'll love it. You're going to laugh your head off, okay? And then, of course, we have one podcast, and that's, of course, it's yours truly again, the coach with the baseball fanatic, the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with the coach, Karl DeMasi and Kyle Lawson. Every Monday or Tuesday. It's been going Monday and Tuesdays because of the playoffs. You could also check it out on TuneIn. Mom, I made TuneIn Radio. I'm on TuneIn Radio. I can't believe that. But anyway, all right, what do I got today? Great lineup. I'm the coach. Okay, we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarters. The first one, of course, is what's going on right now. I'm introducing the show. I'm going to talk about scores from last night's football game. We got volleyball matches going on. We got softball teams in the playoffs. We got college sports. We got pro sports. Great segue. First guest, second quarter, about 9:15. I didn't know it. They call him the voice of Savannah sports. Okay? And I got to thank, of course, Brian Sykes from the Clovers, for Savannah Clovers, the only professional soccer team in Savannah, that put me in touch with Jacob Notermann. Okay, he's from, University of North Dakota. I'm wearing my Georgia Southern shirt. My son went there and played in Fargo. We'll talk to him about that later on. Okay, that's about 9:15. Quarter number 3, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young lady is phenomenal. South Effingham softball. I mean, she passed 600 strikeouts in the playoff game the other day. Bailey Kredensky. Okay, she's going to have to help me pronounce her name, but unbelievable. She's just committed to play softball in September at Boston College. This girl is the top of the line. All right, quarter number 4. Okay, basketball starts Monday. That's right, high school basketball kicks off. Let's not start with the defending 2-time GIAA. I like to call it GISA, the Georgia Independent School Association, but now they call it the Georgia Independent Athletic Association. 2-time state champion, back-to-back. Coach of the year, okay, whether it's GIAA, Savannah Morning News, Mel Abrams, St. Andrew's School. I'm excited about that. And the 5th quarter, or overtime, I'm going to let you down a little. You're just going to get Karl's Corner today, my editorial on something going on in sports. I don't have 3 videos out the door. Just like I said, I got home last night at 12:30 from Jessup, Georgia. I didn't get a chance to put them together, so I'm just going to go with Karl's Corner at the end, my editorial on sports, because that's what I've been doing. Karl's Corner has been on the radio since, it was on the radio since 2003. Then, of course, I'm on the internet now. All right, let's go. Step 1 in the door, that's high school sports. Okay, if you have something to say, drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. And here's my number 1 fan. This guy never misses a Saturday. Dennis Kessler. Love you, brother. Yes, I appreciate it. I'm going to try and have a great show. I'm glad you think I'm a great person and a friend. You go to a Cavalier game, look for the guy with the purple Cavalier hat with the purple feather. I mean, the guy bleeds Calvary Day School, okay? Big game last night. Yes, they won 49-0 over Country Day. I didn't think it was going to be that far, but give us a comment. You got a comment about the Savannah Ghost Pirates when Jacob Notermann comes on. He's the, the voice of the Savannah Ghost Pirates. Give us a comment, okay? All right, so here we go. Step 1, high school news, okay? Remember, you can go to the Prep Sports Report, and we got stories every day. Jeff Mola covered the St. Andrews epic comeback last night that fell short. Nathan Dominance went over and covered Calvary against Country Day, and I got to be on WSAV. So those guys are working for the Prep Sports Report. There's soccer. There's golf. Where are they now? I mean, there's great stories up there. Stephen Weeks, I got to thank him for helping me out a lot with that, revamping that whole website. Hey, check it out. All right, step 1 in the door. Last night football games. Well, we got to start with Thursday night. Week 10 started on Thursday night. Okay, Johnson all over Groves, 52-6. Pierce County over Windsor Forest, 44-0. Memorial Day School, first region game. Jaha Taylor, they're in first place. They beat Thomas Jefferson 18-0. Okay, that was Thursday night. Memorial Day switched it on me, and I didn't know it. Okay, Friday night, last night. Let's start in 6A. All right, 7A, Richmond Hill had off. They had the bye. That's who their opponent was, okay? We're looking at 908. Okay, keep on going, Coach. All right, so Georgia, Class 6A. Georgia High School State Association, Class 6A. Brunswick 38, South Effingham 14, Bradwell 28, Statesboro 25. That throws a wrench in that whole playoff scenario for that Class 6A region. South Effingham still has a shot. Effingham had a bye. They're 3-0 or 4-0 or 3-0 after going 1-3. I mean, they're on a roll. John Ford's got them going up there. It's going to be pretty interesting, okay? And we'll get a better idea with the playoffs after next week. There's still 2 weeks to go. All right, Georgia High School State Class Association 5A. Jenkins had to go out to Coffee County, 34-0. Coffee County, one of the best teams in the state. Okay, in 4A, I got it. I went just up the road. I love that. I love that joke. Just up the road. Jessup, Georgia, to be the color guy for WSAV with Andrew Davis. A lot of fun. Once again, is Benedictine ever going to put a full game together? First half, they only had the ball for 6 minutes. They scored 3 touchdowns. Wayne County had the ball for 17 minutes and change. I know, it's 24 minutes and a half. I know, I'm not doing my math right, but 17 minutes and change, 6 minutes and change, 21-21 going into half. And what comes out? Danny Britt, coaching staff, offense coordinators do a great job. They make adjustments. They shut down Mr. C.J. Fuller, who was the number 1 rusher in the state in 4A. They held him to 19 yards in the second half. They go on to win 38-21. Like Coach Britt says, if you watch the Danny Britt show on Thursdays with a guy I call the voice, the golden voice. I love him near and dear. Kevin Thomas. We had a lot of fun doing Friday Night Football games. Check it out. Just doesn't know when they're going to put a good, full game together. This team's 9-0, and they're not enjoying it. Enjoy it, kids. Have fun. All right, that's for another story. All right, New Hampstead. I'm not back in New York. New Hampstead. Okay, my college was in Hempstead, New York, but it's New Hampstead here. Okay, they beat Islands 48-7. Class 3A, Calvary Day School. They got to beat Long County next week. They're the region champs. They'll get a bye the first. They'll get a home field advantage through the first 2 rounds. If they win, they beat Savannah Country Day 49-0. Long County beats Liberty County 36-22. Now Calvary has to go out to Long County, so we still don't know what's going to happen there. All right. Class 1A, Bryan County, ranked. They get the week off. Okay, they played Mr. Bye. Okay, Scriven County comes in, beats Savannah High 29-6. And in the GIAA 4A, 3A classification, District 2, Pinewood Christian goes up 28-0 on St. Andrews at St. Andrews. St. Andrews makes a furious comeback. They lost 35-28. Check it out. Jeff Mola wrote a great story about it on the prepsportsreport.com. Okay, 909, doing well here. Volleyball all day today, okay? Because it's the Sweet 16. Class A, Bryan County beat Taylor County. They advance to face Temple High School this Saturday. I didn't get what time they're playing. Hopefully someone could give me a comment if they know when Bryan County's playing. Woodville Tompkins shuts out Dublin. Okay, they go on to the next round. Okay, they're at Heard County at 3 o'clock today. That's Class A. Class A, another school, Savannah High. 22-3 on the year. They defeated Chattahoochee. I said it right, Chattahoochee, okay, County, 3-0. They'll go to Brooks County today, and I haven't got a time on them either. All right, Class 3A, Savannah Christian is hosting, 31-8-3 for that team. Julie Jones, 800 wins. Okay, they're hosting today. They're taking on Richmond County at 11:30 at the Demir Gymnasium over there on Chatham Parkway. All right, also Class 3A, St. Vincent's. Okay, 26-12. They beat Mary Persons 3-0. They're up at Morgan County. Morgan County's the defending state champion. From what I hear, they're not as good as last year. Come on, Lady Saints. They'll be playing at noon. Calvary Day School, big 3-1 victory over Pike County. Okay, they earn a trip to Columbus. Don't have a time on them either. Okay, Class 6A, South Effingham will travel to Veterans today. No time. Richmond Hill will play home against East Coweta at noon. Don't forget, we have another volleyball team that's been unbelievable all year, the Habersham School Lady Pirates. They're playing in the GAPS, the Georgia Association of Private and Public Schools, okay, state semifinals today at New Creation Christian Academy in McDonough, Georgia. They'll play at 11 o'clock against the number one team, Alleluia, okay? Alleluia. There we go. Alleluia. Okay. At 11 o'clock. So if they win, they go into the championship. They're playing the number one team. Habersham comes in at number 5. All right, gang. I can't get to the rest. I still got steps 2 and 3. We got colleges. We got pros. Ghost Pirates won last night, 3-2 on a shootout. That's what we're going to go into next, because this next young man, he does work at Georgia Southern, okay? But he found himself over here in Savannah, and he's doing the Pirates, Ghost Pirates. He has done the Bananas. He also does the Savannah Clovers with my good friend Kyle Lawson, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to talk next to what has been coined. Brian Sykes gave me this information as the voice of Savannah sports, and that's Jacob Notermann from the Savannah Ghost Pirates, from the Savannah Clovers, from Savannah Bananas. You know, wherever he's from North Dakota. Okay, so we're going to talk to him about that. Once again, let me say we got people jumping in. Lawrence Bennett, the producer, you're up. Thanks, buddy, for tuning in. I know you always tune in, and you love what I'm doing here. Hey, you're a big part of it, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Love you, brother, and I really do mean that. And then, of course, Jason Williams checking in. Coach, great content. I hope so. I try. Who watches? You know, I'm not all about clicks and views. I'm here just having fun talking about Savannah area sports. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Coming up, a little Savannah Ghost Pirates with the PA announcer himself, Jacob Notermann. Be back, Jacob. I know you've been waiting for a while here. 3.5 minutes. Got to thank the people that pay the bills. You know what I mean. Okay, we'll be right back. It's on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And like I say, which I forgot to do, you know, I'm the fast talking Italian as I've been coined, but I also go too fast. I forget to do things. But remember, good morning and welcome, Savannah and the Coastal Empire, to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Quarter number 2, we're going to start talking to our guest, and you got to be excited about it. I did leave one high school important piece of information out. We only have 2 teams left in the GHSA, Georgia High School State Association, fast pitch championship round. They all go to Columbus, the Elite 8. We have South Effingham, and we have Effingham. They both advance. They outscored their opponents like 1,000,000,000 or something like that. So once again, Lady Rebels, Lady Mustangs, I do apologize. They'll start on the 25th, of next week in the Elite 8 in Columbus, Georgia. Okay. Guest time, quarter number 2. First guest, I guess he does a little ice skating. He does a little baseball. He does a little soccer. He's been announcing sports for nearly a decade now. Since moving to the Coastal Empire, unless he lives over in Hilton Head, that's the Low Country, okay? He's been referred to as the voice of the Savannah sports. Like I said, he's from Minnesota, found a way down here to Savannah. He's doing a great job. He works over Georgia Southern. Well, to do nothing, to keep on going, it's not going to do any good. Let's find out from this young man. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat. He's probably been on the hot seat a couple of times, okay? And that's the Savannah Ghost Pirates, the Savannah Clovers, and a guest appearance in the Savannah Bananas, Banana World Land, not a Banana Land World, whatever it may be do, okay? Jacob Notermann. What's up, Jacob? How's it going?
It's going well, Coach. How are you?
Hey, you got the voice right there, buddy. Nice. I could hear it right away.
We had a game last night, so I am a little bit more hoarse than normal. But this voice is it's helping me out in my career every once in a while. And I gotta say, as a Midwesterner to a New Yorker, we don't get along very often. But do not let fast talking slow you down, my friend. Us fast talkers, we have a place in this part of the country, and it's time we use it.
You know, I don't consider myself, a New Yorker, or as I'm called. Down here, it's considered a curse, a damn Yankee. You know the difference between a Yankee and damn Yankee?
I don't believe I do.
The Yankee goes home, the damn Yankee stays. And I've been here for almost 35 years. I ain't going anywhere. So I consider myself a Southern New Yorker, okay? I'm not going home. I'm staying here. I'm a Southern New Yorker. I love it here. The weather's great. I mean, I know because you're into this field, the sun is beating on me in the wrong way. I don't have any cover. Well, there I go. There, I got to put my arm up for the whole show. You can see what I look like. But you know, it's fun being out here, and it's fun doing. about local Savannah sports. And I got to thank Brian Sykes from the Clovers for putting me in touch with you. So tell everybody, you were there last night. You were the guy on the PA. Tell everybody how you wound up in this neck of the woods.
Well, I will have to offer a quick correction. I wasn't on the microphone last night. Last night, we were very lucky enough. We had a former announcer for the Los Angeles Kings who moved to Nashville, and we were lucky enough to have him in town for opening night just to knock everything off the right way. So it was great to have him on board. My path to Savannah, I'll be honest, it's an odd one. I was a political reporter at a news station in Bismarck, North Dakota. And when I was out there, I was announcing for a baseball team, the Bismarck Larks. Great team, great town. But while I was at the news station, I fell in love with a fellow reporter. And when both our contracts ran out, we were looking around the country, looking for a new city to move to. And she was lucky enough to land a weekend anchor position with WTOC. So you were down in Jessup last night covering the game. My girl, Haley Boland, she was on the sideline for that game as well. So I'm just surrounded by people who didn't get home until very late covering football in Jessup.
Haley Boland, yeah, I've run into her a couple of times.
Yeah, she's a lovely gal, and she can cover investigative journalism and football, apparently, so she can do everything. And when we moved down here, I just started emailing people I knew. A connection with my old team, the Larks, got me in touch with the Savannah Bananas. With the Ghost Pirates, I used to be an intern for the Minnesota Wild, and I was lucky enough to have a connection through the sales team. Got in touch with Brian Sklover. He's basically the leader for all the presentation stuff with the Ghost Pirates. And he and I have just been attached from the hip since about 2 springs ago, just working on this game, developing the presentation for End Market Arena. And I was a camera operator last year to help get the production team set up. And now this season I will be on the microphone, which is an absolute honor and one of the biggest excitements of my career.
And the guy that put me in touch with you, don't forget, Brian Sykes and the Savannah Clovers.
Absolutely. The Clovers, they're the first professional team to pick me up as their PA announcer. And all I did was when the team announced they were going pro, I just sent an email to that contact us page on their website. A few weeks later, he emails me back and he's like, "So when are you available?" I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool. We're doing this."
Nice. Have you run into my good buddy, the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson?
I have my buddy Kyle. Yes, the play-by-play guy for the Clovers. He and I are up in the same booth. And since we're down at Wildcat Stadium for our final game tonight, Wildcat Stadium, it's one big long box like pretty much every football high school stadium. So for the first time this season, he's going to be dealing with me and I'm going to be dealing with him, and we're hopefully not going to have to stomp on each other's calls.
Just tell me the coach, he's the baseball fanatic. I'm the coach on the Who's on First Base baseball podcast, that the coach picked Houston. He picked Texas. Hey, I got one up on him. I'm just going to tell him. And the Diamondbacks. Okay, that's another show. So let's keep on talking about what you're doing here in Savannah, Georgia. Now I see you told me you're over there at Georgia Southern. I had a son that played there, and he got a trip to that North Dakota Bison Dome. He said it was off the roof. So tell us about your little stint going on at Georgia Southern.
So I used to work in higher education communications when I was a student at the University of North Dakota, which is NDSU's biggest rival. I worked in the marketing office. I got greatly involved in how higher ed sends out their message, the good word of college education. I went to the news station, and then when our contracts ran out and we started moving to Savannah, I decided I had a passion for higher education and telling student stories and getting the word out. So I started reaching out to universities, seeing if there's a way to get back into higher ed. Georgia Southern came calling, and it's a match made in heaven. They're an absolutely great group of people. As a journalist, we like to try new toys out. We like podcasts, we like videos, we like long scripts. In this world, I'm able to do a little bit of everything, and I get to work with amazing students along the way. So it's absolutely a match made in heaven. And I got to say, it's nice to know that no matter what university I work with, they will always be a rival of North Dakota State. So no matter where I go, I've got that passport that says, "Oh no, I'm one of you. We're in the same boat."
All right, so let's go. My other guests are popping in the waiting room, so let's get this going, okay? So, I don't know how anybody does it. A good friend, Frank Silkowski, rival station for your wife, WJCL, great sports reporter. Now he's the desk guy at 4:30 in the morning talking about all this news that, hopefully this little show takes you away from it. But how do you go from a political reporter to a sports guy?
I'm very fortunate. I've been in sports for about 10 years now. That was the first major industry I got involved with. That was my very first game that I called was at Grand Forks Central High School, which is just in the middle of rural area. It was just a soccer game with a portable speaker. Less than 10 years later, suddenly I'm working at End Market Arena. I mean, when I was going through COVID, political reporter for COVID-19, that's a stressful job, let me tell you what. And I was announcing for a baseball team in town, the Larks, just as a means of not just because I like doing sports, but because I needed that outlet. I needed to be silly. I needed to let loose. And I guess over time, people liked me enough to ask me to keep doing it. So that's political reporter. I've always got a place in my heart. If you ever need to talk politics on the show, have me on. Happy to do it, but I know you won't because you know better.
I don't deal in that political stuff. It's, I love my brother to death, my older brother, and everything's political. I don't want to talk about political stuff, okay? Even though I do vote, I am an American, I do my duty, but just tough lately. Just tough lately. Okay, so now doing the research. All right, you had a character role with the hottest baseball team in the United States, Savannah Bananas. How did that come about?
So oddly enough, it was through a connection with my old baseball team back in Bismarck. It was the very first team I actually got involved with when I moved down here. I remember I was telling people I was leaving and moving to Savannah. My old general manager says, hey, I actually know someone down there. Let me send him an email and let's see what happens. And suddenly I get an email from the Bananas, and I'm surrounded by moving boxes at my apartment in Bismarck, and I'm having a conversation with the Bananas about getting me on the field. And it happened just as easily as that. They liked what I had to do. They liked my kind of silliness, my character, and obviously the voice kind of helps out a little bit. But since then, I've gone from just being this kind of ring announcer where we introduce the characters, and now I get to be the home announcer for the Party Animals, their second team. And that's my character and my role with the Bananas has just been growing for the last 2 years. And it's ridiculous to believe that I went from portable speakers in Grand Forks, North Dakota, to the most popular sports team in the world in just a few years. I'm incredibly blessed to be connected with the people that I have been and to be trusted with so many people.
But I'm going to throw this out at you quick. It's not Harlem Globetrotters on a baseball field. People think that it's the Harlem Globetrotters. The Harlem Globetrotters never lost to the Washington Generals. The Party Animals won the Banana World Tour this year, beating the Bananas 34 games to 33 games and 2 ties, but we don't count the ties. I mean, so Party Animals, and then you're going to throw the firefighters in there. So it's going to be a 3-ring circus, I guess you would call it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can call it a circus, but let's be real. There might be a lot of shenanigans happening on the field, but it is very much real baseball. They are actually out there to win, and I've been very lucky to hitch my wagon to the team that just happened to be better out of the two so far. I think we're going to continue with this year. The Firefighters, they're good, but they're an expansion franchise. You can't get your expectations too high.
All right, so how did you get coined the voice of Savannah Sports? I thought I was the voice of Savannah Sports, but you got coined it. So tell me how you got coined it.
I mean, when you announce for pretty much every team in the city, you get nicknames from fans. You get coined. I don't know exactly where it came from, but someone said it to me, and suddenly I see it in an email from Brian Sykes heading your way. So, I mean, I'm from the Clovers. I'm from the Ghost Pirates. I'm from the Bananas. The only place I'm not from here. So I don't know how I got the name, but I'm very I like it. It has a good ring to it. I'm not going to argue it. I might put it on my resume. Why the hell not?
All right, if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the internet, Facebook Live, Coach's Corner, Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Twitter, KD Sports Report, and of course YouTube, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report channel. We're talking to the Savannah Ghost Pirates, Savannah Clovers PA announcer, and a guest character for the Savannah Bananas. But now he's going to be the voice of the Party Animals, Jacob Notermann. All right, we got about 2 questions here. I got guests waiting in the wings here. So, when you're not on the microphone, what do you like to do? And where do you live? Just give me the area. Do you live in Hilton Head? Do you live in Savannah?
I'm actually over in Pooler. It's a nice medium where when you live in the Midwest, you don't get used to the city life. So Pooler is kind of that outskirts suburb that we can kind of slowly accumulate our way into the southern life.
So I'm just going to help you out. You're not living in the low country. That's South Carolina. You're living in the coastal empire, buddy. Remember that. All right. So what do you like to do besides all these sports and doing your stuff in Georgia Southern? And, of course, being married.
Yeah, I'm not quite married quite yet, but yeah, you're starting to sound like my girlfriend's mother. There's what I do for fun. I mean, moss doesn't grow over here. There's something always going on. I'm in a transition year where we have the last game for the Clovers tonight. We got the Ghost Pirates that just got started up. I'm actually a graduate student at Georgia Southern as well. I'm not just working in the comp office. I'm going for my Master's of Public Administration, and that fills up my time all right. And I've got two animals over here that are just causing a ruckus on the floor next to me, and those guys fill up my time pretty well too.
So, all right, last question. Okay, what advice would you give to an aspiring sports announcer looking to break into the field, especially for those non-traditional backgrounds like yours?
I say you just have to go out there and start asking people if they need help. The way that I got around, I mean, I've lived in Grand Forks, Minneapolis, Bismarck, and now Savannah, and every job that I've gotten, it has been because I just emailed people who might be of prominence. I email athletic directors for high schools just saying, hey, I'm in town. I'd like to do this. If you need a backup or a fill-in, let me know. I'd love to come in and try stuff out. That's essentially it. Once you just reach out to people and just try stuff out. I mean, if you need a reel, just kind of go into a nice soundproof room and record yourself doing something. It's going to be a little weird. It's going to be kind of awkward, but you've got that reel in your back pocket to show your talent. And if you just, it all boils down to sending those emails and bothering people until they agree to bring you on their microphone.
Well, Jacob, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you were at the game last night, and of course, Haley all the way out there with me in Jessup, Georgia. I appreciate it. Good luck, great voice. When I get out there to a Ghost Pirates game, I got to come and check you out. But once again, you're going to love it. It's a great town, no cold weather. You might have to do a little bug called a sand gnat. I don't know if you met them yet, but it's better. It's better to swat the gnats than shovel snow there, buddy.
I tell you what, since moving here, it's like moving to Australia. There's whole new bugs and creatures that I never thought I'd interact with. They're just lizards running around, and I've never had a reptile issue.
So, all right, appreciate it, and good luck, and we'll get back together. Maybe we could do a little Ghost Pirate weekly report to get people a little more information on those things skating on skates over there in Mark Arena, which a lot of people, I believe it now, a lot of people know about hockey in the South, which is great.
We're selling out games, and it's a good team. So, yeah, I'd love to be back on.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you, Coach.
Enjoy the rest, and go Clovers.
Absolutely.
I mean, young guy. You can tell he loves what he's doing. He's moving around to find the right spot. And, as Brian Sykes says from the Savannah Clovers, he's the voice of Savannah sports. I mean, when you work for the Bananas, you work for the Ghost Pirates, you work for the Clovers, you got to be the voice of Savannah. But anyway, young guy, you can tell he's energetic, working at Georgia Southern. So he's trying to pass on that enthusiasm to the Georgia Southern undergraduates over there in communications and journalism. All right, next up. This young lady is having a year. Her career, 600 wins. I think an ERA of 1.15. I don't know. I got to look at my stats. But she was the Donato's Prep Sports Report Softball Player of the Week, not once, but twice, because she's unbelievable. And, she knows a guy that's name is Burke Harath, and he just loves this young lady to death. I mean, I don't know how many pictures I can get of Bailey from him, but he says, sweet girl, very athletic. Hey, and she just signed to go to play some softball at Boston College. You got to love that too. Up next, Bailey, you're going to have to help me out. I'm probably messing it up, but up next, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from South Effingham High School. Basie, she plays softball, runs bases, but it's Bailey Kenzorski. I hope I said it right. She'll help me out. We'll get it corrected. Teacher for so many years. Some of these, last names, first names you get is just crazy. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank the people who support me. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round. Prompt service, even when it's crowded. A fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends. And of course, delicious food. From famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting it equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. Whoops, that's South Carolina. Coastal Empire. I just gave my last guest a lecture on where we are, and I say Low Country. Well, we're in Savannah, Georgia. We're in Thunderbolt, Georgia. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at Coach's Corner on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt, just having a lot of fun talking local sports. And we just got done with Jacob Notermann, the PA announcer for the Savannah Ghost Pirates, the Savannah Clovers, and he's going to do a little PA announcing for the party animals in Savannah Banana Land. So it's really exciting. And I say this every show, and I'm a broken record. I understand. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? This is how it all started way back there in 2000 when I started the Prep Sports Report magazine. Now it's the PrepSportsReport.com website. It's about getting more exposure for student athletes like this young lady. I mean, if you haven't been following South Effingham High School over the last 4 years, you gotta follow, because this young lady is phenomenal. She pitches a perfect game on senior night. She helps her team win the region title. They sweep the 3 teams they had to face in the Super Regional, which was held at South Effingham High School. She has over 600 strikeouts in a career. An ERA that's probably below that 1.15 I said. She's been unbelievable. And I'm going to try it again. Bailey Kenzorski. She's going to help me when I bring her on here in 2 seconds. But, unbelievable student athlete, going to Boston College on a scholarship. Hey, that's enough. Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from South Effingham High School, Bailey Kenzorski. I hope I say it right. She's going to correct me right now. Good morning, Bailey. Am I saying it right?
Hi. It's actually Kenzorski, but honestly, it's close enough.
Kenzorski?
Yeah.
There we go. Kenzorski. Okay, I'll get it right. Until you get these kids in class or on the field or you meet them, it's tough pronouncing names sometimes. But Hey, once again, congratulations on a great career. And I know you guys are shooting for the stars. You already took your super regional. You're going to Elite Eight, but pretty impressive. And pitching a perfect game on senior night must have been an unbelievable feeling.
Yeah, it was pretty great. I was so excited when it happened.
So quickly, I got to take a slide. How well do you know Mr. Burkhardt?
I mean, he's been taking our pictures since freshman year, and like I also play lacrosse, and so he's always out there. And anytime he walks through, like into our dugout, like the whole team's like, Burke, oh my gosh. Like it's always such a pleasure to have him, and I'm so excited. And like we even got a picture after we won. We're gonna go to state, and so we're all like begging him to come to state with us. The whole team loves him.
Knowing Burkhardt, he's gonna jump in that car and he's going to follow you guys all around. I mean, he's an unbelievable guy. I've known him now for almost over 10 years, and you need something, he's there to help you, and he loves following the sports over there at South Effingham High School. I just wanted to check that out. Burke, if you're watching or you're listening, thanks, buddy. You do a great job for these kids. All right, so your recent performance on the softball field has been outstanding. I mean, share us the keys to your success and what it meant to pitch a perfect game on senior night.
I mean, every year you just have to work harder and harder. Like since freshman year, I've been working for senior year, and so obviously we have to pitch a lot during the week. And so I get to work with my catcher, Jaden Burns. We pitch usually at least 3 times a week, just doing bullpen, working on different spins. And so to have that opportunity for senior night was just so exciting. And I've had a few times in the past where I've almost gotten a perfect game. And so to finally have that on senior night was just so great. And the catcher, she calls pitches, and it's a great duo. And obviously I have my the defense to back me up. And so of course they're supporting me in these pop-ups or ground balls. And so we get all the girls out. So honestly, it's a team effort.
All right. I know I didn't put this on your question list because, I try to prepare the athletes. I learned doing this for a long time that you just can't have the athlete come on. You got to prepare them. But I wanted to ask you, which I should have put on the list, how long you been perfecting your pitching technique and been working at this game? When did you start playing softball?
So I started T-ball at 3. And honestly, since then I haven't stopped. I started pitching, I think, when I was about 7. So I've been probably pitching for about 10 years now. And so, like from the beginning, you start with just a fastball, and each year you may add another pitch or like maybe mend it up a little. And so I've been pitching ever since. And so every day, or not necessarily every day, but I have to do something with pitching every week, and just, you have to continue to work. There's never an off time, really.
All right, so you've achieved remarkable success in your career. Like I said, over 600 wins. Your ERA is off the charts, and you've been a standout. You've been Savannah Morning News Softball Player of the Year. Tell us something about what you're most proud of besides what's going on right now in your student athlete career.
I think honestly, other than athletics and academics, I'm really proud of I guess I keep on going back to the team, but how hard we all work together. And I think as a senior, and including the other seniors, we have to kind of be team leaders towards the other players. And so to kind of guide the team, and like even as a freshman, I would always look up to our seniors and like feel like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I'm going to be that one day, and see them leading and like being so like hardworking on the team. And so to finally be at that place and be able to work that hard and kind of guide the younger ones, it's been just it's been so great. I've really enjoyed it.
All right. And for your stats are off the chain, and being an old baseball coach and a fast pitch softball coach, I mean, in all the innings you pitched, you got like something like 30 walks in your high school career. So you got to have a lot of control. You got to have a lot of precision. Tell us more about your pitching style. I mean, do you like the drop ball? Do you like the rising? Do you like the fastball? I mean, even they throw curveballs now in fastball. And how did you develop that over the years?
Honestly, it kind of depends, honestly, game to game. Sometimes my rise ball is really spinning, and so that may be a pitch I rely on, and obviously we can tell as the lineup goes through. But sometimes it's an outside that's really getting it, and like I can throw it a little off, and I'm still getting those strikes, like called strikes. Sometimes it's inside, sometimes it's changeup. It really just depends. But from the beginning, we started at fastball, and then we would add changeup, drop, curve, and so honestly, it kind of goes from day to day and seeing which one will work the best that day.
How is it fun developing all these pitches? Because, like you said, you first start out, you want to throw your fastball, you want to get it over the plate, but then you start developing, which people don't realize in fast pitch softball, that you can drop the ball, you can make it curve, you can slow it up. So tell us about how did you perfect that?
I mean, I'm still honestly trying to perfect my pitches. Like even this year, I'm working with our high school softball like pitching coach, Kasten Belogorska. She actually played at Georgia Southern, and she actually played at South Effingham High School as well. And so one day, my rise ball at practice, it was not doing great. And so I was like, all right, like tell me, like what can I do? And so she told me another way to hold to grip my pitch. And ever since then, I've been throwing it like that. The next day, I had a game, and I started throwing it that day. And so honestly, it's still changing. And it's honestly, it's quite funny of like how pitching, like it's such an interesting movement. Like it's so funny. Like when I have friends or even other girls on the softball team that don't pitch, and they're like, oh, how do you hold this pitch? And how do you throw it like that? And so it's so fun. Like just the little things of how interesting it is. And just since the beginning, it's such an interesting movement. And so I've honestly loved it ever since.
Nice. And now with all your hard work and your success, you've had colleges looking at you, but you made that decision back in September. Before it falls off the edge, you made that decision in September to go to Boston College. So tell us about the recruiting process and why Boston College?
I mean, the recruiting process, it's tough work. I mean, September 1st, junior year, it opens talking to coaches and committing. You could honestly talk and commit that same day. And so it's pretty intense within the whole entire country of amazing players and amazing schools. And so it was a rough journey. And I mean, there was ups and downs, and there was points where I thought I would commit somewhere and then something would happen and vice versa. And so to the point, like during the summer, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to have to trust the process and see what happens. And so thankfully, Tim Holman, one of the coaches at Boston College, I went to a Dartmouth camp in September of junior year. And so I met him there. And honestly, I loved him there. Like he was one of the main reasons, like he was such a great coach. And so that Dartmouth kind of fell apart. Like it didn't really go through. And then during the summer, he started reaching out again. And it was so great to be able to like full circle moment, go from Dartmouth and then see him at Boston College and hear how much he loved it. And then be able to go up there and meet the girls and the coaches and the weather. It just everything fell right in place. And so I'm so excited. I think everything went the way it was supposed to go.
It's going to be cold though, so you love the weather. It's going to be a big difference than growing up here in South Georgia. So, but and also you got to be a phenomenal student to get a scholarship. And of course, every coach, I've told all my players that the first thing they're going to ask me is about your character and your grades. I mean, you got a great GPA, grade point average. So what approach have you taken to be such a good softball player, athlete, to be such an excellent student? What have you done?
I got to be honest, even since kindergarten, I've been so academic oriented. Like I remember my parents, like one time told me I was like in first grade bawling because I made like a 96 on a test. And so honestly, I'm so grateful. I've been so driven throughout school all of these years. And so honestly, I've just had to kind of keep that gas pedal going. And school has always been really important to me. And I've also really enjoyed school. So like taking these harder AP classes, like it enjoys me, like I enjoy it because like even like this year, like I'm taking 4 APs, but I really didn't need to, but it's like these classes I wanted to take. And so I really like that I do enjoy school. And of course, Boston College is a fantastic school, athletically and academically. And so, and honestly, during the softball year, it can get a little hard during like those late nights and like bus rides and having to miss school. Like next week for state, we're going to miss Wednesday through Friday of school. And so I just have to really make sure to communicate with my teachers and let them know what's going on and just try to stay on top of my schoolwork as much as I can. But my school, like the teachers are great. Like they understand. And so if I like need help or something, there's so many people that are willing to help. And so just really communicating and staying on top of my work. And I have a planner. I live off of my planner. Love my planner. Like softball, school, all of it. And so I just really have to stay focused in both.
Time management, that's what it's all about. And it seems like you already got a grip on that, which is going to help you at Boston College. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the internet, on the Coach's Corner Sports Network on the internet. Check it out, Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, YouTube channel, KD Sports on Twitter, Coach's Corner Facebook page, the Prep Sport. It's all over the place. So this is what it's all about. talking to kids like Bailey from South Effingham High School. Bailey Kendorski.
Kanjorski. It's like the DZI turns into a J, so Kanjorski.
So it's Kendorski. Oh, so the DZI is like a J.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's Bailey Kendorski. I got it now. That I'm going to learn that. I'm never going to forget it. So, so next question is, okay, you haven't won a state title. I mean, you guys went first game against Rockdale, 20-0. Second game against St. Pius X, 8-0. Then you got to come back in the winners bracket. Yeah, you had to lose 2 not to make it, and then you beat them 8-0 again. So, I mean, you're striving for that first softball state title in your high school career. You're close. What's the team's mindset, and what are your feelings going to the Elite Eight in Columbus this year?
I mean, state's always such an exciting thing to do. Sadly, we missed out on that freshman year because of COVID. And last year we had the opportunity to go. And it's such a fun, cool experience to go with the top teams in the state to go play them. And so this year we've just been really working hard this year. And we knew after last year's, obviously, like we lost at state, we want to work even harder this year. And so these past months we've been just putting in the work and trying our best. And so we just want to go to state with an excited mindset and to have fun, but also work as hard as we can and keep on going. So I think as long as we work hard, we show up defensively and offensively, I think we can do some great things.
All right, so you're a senior. You got a bunch of friends on the teams that are seniors. How do you guys set you apart? How you guys set yourself apart from the younger guys? How are you guys leaders on that team?
I mean, we've had so much experience, I think, these last 4 years. And so we kind of walk into it. Like it's a natural thing. Like, I don't think it's ever like, oh, because you're a senior, you're going to lead. It just kind of happens. And so I think obviously there's 6 of us seniors this year. And so there's a lot of us to kind of look over the team. And although it's like seniors, like we're the leaders, I think everyone's a leader in their own way. We have the cheers in the dugout, they're leaders, and like everyone is a leader in their own way. And so I think the seniors, we've really just tried to keep the team focused and working hard and to have fun, because like honestly, like if the more energy and the more fun we have, we always play better. And so I think we try to keep that energy up, keep it positive, and just keep on working hard.
Nice. And it'll rub off on those younger players, which now let's turn the tide now. Of course, let's hope everything goes right the next couple of weeks for you, but you're going to be the freshman at Boston College. So what are your aspirations for your academics and athletics in college, and how do you see yourself coming in as a freshman?
I mean, it's such a weird thought to think like, oh, from the senior to a little freshman. And so, I mean, I'm just going to go in and continue my mindset and just work as hard as I can. And whatever happens, like if I pitch one game or all the, you know what I mean? Like whatever range, I'm just going to do my part in whatever the coaches and other players want me to do. And academic wise, I just need to stay focused, and it'll be interesting, the difference between high school and college classes. And so when I went up to Boston College, I got to go sit in one of the classes, and the environment was just so like happy and fresh, and everyone just seemed like they really wanted to be there, which I think is a really good thing. And so I'm just going to go in and just play my part. And I got to meet all the players. And so I'm really glad that I was able to meet them and like kind of get like at least introduced to them, so I won't go in as this brand new freshman. And so I'm excited to make all those like new friends and all the teammates. I think it's gonna be really fun.
And you just said it, everybody wants to be there. I mean, I also coached and taught on the college level, and the college classes, I mean, everybody wanted to be there. There was energy. Of course you had your kids, still getting there late and all that other stuff, but majority of them want to be there. And that makes a big difference. It really does. All right, so let's start coming down to the end here of this interview. So South Effingham High School, it's meant a lot to you. The coaches have meant a lot. I think you've gone 2 coaches or 3 coaches?
2 coaches. 2
coaches. So tell us about the experience of playing softball at South Effingham and how much your coaches have helped you.
I mean, it's been interesting having 2 different sets of coaches. I mean, there's been a little bit of changes, but honestly, I think because the girls have been so consistent and persevering, I think the mindset of the team hasn't necessarily changed. And so I think each year, of course, losing girls and adding girls, it changes the dynamics a little. But I mean, each year it's different in its own exciting way. And so I hope this year we can end it out strong and just have a great year with all my teammates and coaches.
Nice. And, can't forget about these people, your parents, your guardians. How has your family played a role in shaping your academic and athletic career?
I mean, they've shaped it since elementary school. Like elementary school, 5th grade, I went out with I was on this team from California or Tennessee, and we'd have to drive 7 hours one way for practice. And we went out to California the summer after 5th grade, and like it's funny looking at my brother and seeing like I was that little, and I went to California to go play softball, and we even like won it that year. And so like my parents and family, like they have given up, like sacrificed so much for me to continue to play. And so I'm so grateful for them, and they've always been so motivational. And I'm pretty hard on myself, and so after the games I'll be like, oh, I missed whatever pitch, and they'd be like, it's like you've got it. Like and they've always had so much confidence in me, and I'm just so grateful for them. I could not do it with any other family. Like they're the greatest.
Nice. And so, all right, 2 questions left. First question. Okay, hang in there, Coach Abrams. I'm running behind schedule. You know that. I love to talk. My next guest is waiting, so he's been waiting patiently. But all right, so softball, throw it aside. What are your aspirations? What do you want to do as far as a job and what you want to do with your life, after softball's over?
I'm not fully sure yet. I'm thinking something the math route, maybe business. I've really loved math always, and so I think something business-wise would really enjoy me, or like I would enjoy it. And I'm in macroeconomics this year, and I've really enjoyed that. So I think something down that path, but we'll see.
All right, and now coming down to the end, you're going into Boston College as the freshman, but you're the senior. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You have a lasting legacy at South Effingham High School. So what advice would you give that young girl that wants to, be a softball player, be a student, and who's going to carry on that tradition at South Effingham High School that you have left with your teammates? Because I know you're going to tell me it's not all about me, Coach.
I mean, to stay true to yourself and have confidence. I mean, there's so many ups and downs in every day, month, year. And so I think as long as you can stay strong and know that you can put in the work and you can work hard and be there, I mean, that's all that really matters.
Well, Bailey, I mean, unbelievable career, unbelievable season. I know the perfect game got me to really say, you know what, she deserves this award twice. The Donato's Prep Sports Report, softball player, but you really deserve the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week just for who you are and what you've done in your career there. And I wish I could have watched the game, but I hear so much about you from Burke. It feels like I'm part of the game when he's there. So, but keep it up. Great job. And I appreciate you coming on and doing this.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hey, good luck next weekend. Go Stangs.
Thank you.
Good luck. I mean, you can tell that she's dedicated. She's into what she's doing. I mean, I think she has like a 4.0 GPA. So she's a student athlete. But what she's done on the mound, with strikeouts, with ERA, and, this team going pretty far again. Bailey Kenjorski, I got it right, DRI is a J, is an unbelievable player. And I'm glad she got the softball player of the week twice. And also the award that I've been doing since 2010. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, because she really represents that. All right, next up, basketball starts Monday. This team is the 2-time defending state Georgia Independent Athletic Schools Association champion. And why not bring on the coach and let's see what his outlook is for this year. And we'll be talking to St. Andrews head boys basketball coach Mel Abrams in 3 minutes. Stay tuned because you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Coach, 3 minutes, I promise you. Then I'll get you on. He's been waiting patiently. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round. Prompt service, even when it's crowded. A fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends. And of course, delicious food. From famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game
At
day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson's Sports Shop. From cutting it equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. Thank you for joining me. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And, whether you listen for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, one segment or another, I do appreciate it because it's all about what's going on here in Savannah, Georgia, the Coastal Empire, the area, and local sports. Well, high school basketball kicks off Monday. Why not start it off with the 2-time defending state champion St. Andrews Lions, okay, in the Georgia Independent Athletic Association. This young man has done a great job. He's been there 8 years, and, he's brought this program back to what it was. I mean, they're in the state playoffs every year. They're winning. He's got some, excellent student athletes. Some have left, some are still there. But I want to start off. Let's start it off with, of course, the head coach, the man at St. Andrews, coaching the St. Andrews boys basketball program. And that's, of course, Mel Abrams. He's joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, too. What's up, Coach?
How we doing? Coach, let me say this because I always like to say it. Thank you for all that you do to bring recognition to our student athletes and our schools and programs. And I know here at St. Andrews, we appreciate all the hard work you do.
I started many years ago at Jenkins High School, wound up at St. Andrews for 2 years. And, no matter what school I've been at, I just love getting these kids more recognition. Coming from New York, it was very hard to get your team recognition. It was very hard to get stuff in the newspaper or on the TV or on a radio station. So when I came down here and I saw this opportunity, and I started it way back in 2000 when I was working at St. Andrews with Deb Morrell. She was the athletic director, girls coach. I was the boys coach. We said, let's try and do some sort of magazine. And it's just gone on from there to a website. But just getting those kids that extra, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or that extra story, that's what it's all about. I mean, yeah, it's not about me. It's about what I can do for the kids. And, in our society today with all this social media stuff coming on, I mean, I'm a novice. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, you've been around a while too. I mean, I know I'm going to give my age here. When I started coaching way back when, we started with 8mm film. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable. But I do appreciate that. And every time you say it really, really means a lot. And, you know, but you know what it's all about. So,
Yes, sir.
all right. When does the official basketball season start for teams in the Georgia Independent Athletic Association?
Well, last Monday was our opportunity to officially kick off winter sports. Of course, most of your Georgia independent schools are small schools, and so you share athletes, and so we have quite a significant number of our guys playing football. So we're kind of waiting until we see how their season unfolds.
So, yeah, a tough one last night, eh? Did you make it to the game?
I did. It was an interesting game, back and forth. I thought we were going to be able to kind of make the comeback, but fell a little short. The guys gave a good effort.
Yeah, so all right. I know you're a humble man and you really don't talk much about your accomplishments. But once again, congratulations on the last 2 years, being named the overall head coach of the year of all sports here in Savannah, Georgia by the Savannah Morning News and the Best of Preps USA Today banquet. I mean, as far as you go, what does it mean to you and to the St. Andrews basketball program that you're getting recognized like this?
Well, you have to be successful, right? For us, it's about student athletes, parents. I say this all the time. It all works together, man. And so you have a school who has a commitment to excellence academically and producing great student athletes, but the buy-in that you get from parents, coaches, your assistant coaches, but more importantly, the players who say, hey, we're willing to work and do whatever is necessary, and we trust what you guys are telling us, and we're gonna do our best. And so kind of having all of that work together produces success with your program, and with that, individuals get recognized when teams have success.
Oh yeah, and you got to have the kids, and you got to have the parents, you got to have the community behind you, and that's what you've developed over there. You know, a culture of winning. I mean, you closed out last season, I think, with a 28-1 record. What were the key factors for being so successful like that, besides having the players?
A commitment, a long-term commitment to developing the student athletes. We have this saying that nothing just happens, and so our players buy in. We lost 6 players from last year's team. 2 of those guys we've had since 5th, 6th grade. And so just kind of starting in the middle school and just developing and having kids stick with it. And then occasionally you have student athletes who say, hey, we want to be a part of what you guys are doing. And they come over and you see what you get what you saw the last couple of years. And so we're excited about that. We want to try to continue that. But and we're even excited about this, Coach. We have players who are moving on and playing in college. So we're
gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. So all right. So following you last year, I think I don't know how many games you had a winning streak, 25, 26 games. You lost to a team in Florida. What was that team's name again?
Gibbs.
Okay.
Sure.
How did that set the tone for the rest of the year, you guys, where you ran off the next 16 games and you won the championship again?
When you've coached for a while, you go into a season and you kind of recognize the areas where there needs to be some emphasis and where you really need to get better. The danger with teenagers, when they've had success, sometimes it's hard for them to, we're okay, we're winning. And so I think losing that game to that team highlighted and emphasized those things as coaches that we were trying to harp on. And I think it woke our guys up, and we kind of tightened the screws on some of those things where we felt we needed to get better. And these guys last year were determined to do it again. And so they bought into it, and after they lost, and we were able to go forward.
Yeah, I mean, Pat Riley, he laid it out in one of his books, Complacency. You can't be complacent because you did it the year before. It doesn't mean you're going to do it again. And, you've said that to your guys and, approved. And like you said, those guys last year came in, they weren't complacent. They wanted it bad. And, one of them which you talked about, kids going on to the next level. Zaire Edwards, I mean, he's up at Augusta University. Just like any coach, you hope that you instilled something in him. So what qualities or skills did you instill in Zaire playing at St. Andrews that's going to carry on at Augusta State?
He's a kid who has a very solid foundation from his parents who believe in working hard. And if this is something you want to achieve, you have to put the work in. So he came in with a pretty solid, strong work ethic. I think some of the takeaways, if you would, is the attention to details and how every day you got to show up and no matter what your talent level is, come in and work hard and continue to get better. And so I think the attention to details and then some of the little intricate things about being a point guard and understanding when and when not to, especially somebody like himself who can score the ball. And so the attention to details.
And now you have another couple of players that are going to be doing the same things. You want to give them some shout out?
Absolutely. This young man was kind of the radar. He was more of a role player our first year when we won it. That's BJ Jala. He's attending Pfeiffer University and will be playing basketball there. And then, of course, Caleb Lofton, who was a part of those two championship programs and he's at Covenant College. And so we're excited and happy for those guys. That was a goal of theirs. And right now we have a couple more in our program. Actually, Will Thompson is on recruiting business this weekend. And, of course, Zayden has generated some interest. And so we're excited, man, because this is helping young, like you said earlier, student athletes fulfill their dreams. We're talking high academic kids, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so to be able to come here and kind of do what you need to do in the classroom with the rigor that we provide as a school and still be successful student athletes and manage your time and balance those things, we feel they are better prepared student athletes when they get to the next level.
I can vouch for that. So if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. So many different social media channels, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Check it out. Just Karl DeMasi Sports Report or Coach's Corner. You can find it. All right. So you got kids coming back. You got a target on your back, okay? How are you going to keep these kids motivated and prepare them to maintain this high level of play and standard to secure or have a shot at another state title?
I think one of the things that helps us is we have 8 returning players. Quite a few of them are seniors. You have Zayden in there. And so there's an experience with similar to what we experienced last year, kind of being a target. I think the target will be a little bit more elevated this year. But we play some teams this year that I think our kids are excited about locally that will keep their attention. And then there's the conversation. You guys have lost Zaire and what you're going to do next. And so I think there's some motivation to kind of see can these young men now write their own story. And it's a different year. So we'll do what we can as coaches. And but I think there's enough kind of things that we have with our schedule and kind of hearing some of the buzz that they'll be locked in.
And you just great segue. My next question, you talk about coaches. You have to have consistency, and it seems like your coach staff has been consistent over the last 8 years. So talk about your other coaches. Give them a shout out.
Well, Jeff Gonzalez has been here longer than I have. He has 3 sons that graduated through St. Andrews. Of course, his youngest son, Jacob, played for 3 years for me. And then his oldest son, Jeffrey, joined the coaching staff last year. And so Jeff and I have been doing this together since I arrived here at St. Andrews. And so it's great because there's this balance. He knows me, I know him. He knows when, I challenge a kid how to circle back and make it work the way we want it to work and vice versa. And so, excited. He's a hardworking man, so trying not to wear him out.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hats over there, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
So,
absolutely.
All right. So, how do I want to put this? You've had an impressive 2 or 3 years. You've been playing a lot of Georgia High School State Association squads. I mean, victory over Hiram last year, who made it. They finished 25-3, but for some reason this year you couldn't get these teams to play you. So, what was your team's key to success, and why do you think people want to play St. Andrews?
That's a complex question. I think I could speculate, but some of it may be that, teams felt like we wouldn't be competitive. I think this year we will have an opportunity to play 3 or 4 schools locally. That's kind of turned around. And I think the conversation now is, hey, the city of Savannah and people want to see high quality high school basketball. And if this school, St. Andrews, has some players that we feel are college level players, let's put these teams against each other and give everybody a good basketball game. And so I think as coaches, we're working together to try to do what's best for all of our student athletes in Savannah. And that's the goal for me.
And you're invited to play in this new tournament over at Enmark Arena during Thanksgiving. What is it called? Savannah Hoops?
Shootout. Savannah
Shootout.
Hoops. Yes,
they invited St. Andrews into it. You got Johnson and some other schools. So tell us what it meant that they called you and said, hey, Coach, we want your team to be part of this.
We're grateful, man. Something that Jeff and I have always talked about is we wanted to build a program where we would be relevant. And what we mean by that is when people think about high school basketball in Savannah, St. Andrews is a school that you consider and we're on your mind. It's in the conversation. We're not saying we're the best, but we want to say, hey, when you're thinking about good basketball teams, think about that team over there on the Owls. And we've been able to do that. And I think that invitation to participate in that for us allows us to realize, we've been able to build a program and people recognize what we do and the coaches respect what we do. And so, hey, let's allow them to be a part of this shootout because they've put themselves in position to do so.
All right. So you're entering your 8th or 9th year.
This will be year 9.
9. Okay. So as you enter your 9th season at the helm, okay, with a good guy named Jeff Gonzalez with you, what are your expectations and goals for this upcoming season? And how do you plan to build on that success that you've been having?
Our margin for error is much smaller this year. Just being honest, Zaire was a very dynamic player who in most cases, if not the best player on the court when we played, he was right there with whoever else was on the other team. I think we have some players who Zayden has a very good upside. We just have 8 returning guys, and so we're going to try to rely on the experience, the fact that these guys are familiar with the culture. They understand what it takes every day to prepare themselves for, a state playoff run. And so we're going to do that. I think 8 returning players will help us stay locked in and focused. And as coaches, we got to figure out, our style of play may look a little different, but figure out what works best for this group, find ways to tweak it. And then if there is some adversity, respond and make the adjustments. But I think we can make another state run, a state championship. It's not out of the question, but we're going to have to work.
All right, let's turn that hat around. Now you're an administrator at the school. Sell St. Andrews academically, and the graduation rate, almost 100% kids go on to 4-year schools. Sell the school for us.
It speaks for itself. This has been long-standing in terms of what we provide academically. The small school, there's pros and cons. In the classroom, though, the students are known. Teachers are here after school. Kids are supported. They can talk to teachers anytime they need help and assistance. And then we continue to challenge them. And what we say is we're just trying to provide well-rounded students who can go off into the real world and be successful and have some of the soft skills that we that we provide and that we highlight and teach in our academics as well. And then now we're at a place where we're providing that athletic opportunity for student athletes.
Nice. All right, when's first game?
Right now it's November 17th. However, our football team has been doing very well, and they have a chance, kind of seeing how things shake out the last couple of weeks, to potentially make a run a couple of weeks into the football's playoff season. So right now it's the 17th. If anything changes, our first game won't be until that shootout, which will be interesting.
All right, Coach, keep up the great work. And you know what, I tell you this all the time. You got anything special, let me know. Send me an email. If you got anybody over there that wants to help write some articles, and I'd be more than happy to take whatever they send me. I look forward to working with you. And, Coach, the target's on your back now. You got to keep it rolling.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. And we're gonna work and see what we can do.
You got it. And as they say, I'm not going to mess it up. I haven't messed it up all show. Go Lions.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you, Mel.
Thank you. See you.
I mean, he's built the program over there. He's entering his 9th year, state championships, playoff runs, playing against the public schools. He doesn't shy away. Hey, Savannah Hoop Shootout. You're going to see St. Andrews over there and Mark Arena playing. So wishing the best of luck. And once again, like you said, Kevin Prasant's got the football program on a roll over there too. So we'll see what happens over there. St. Andrews School on the Marsh out there on Wilmington Island. All right, next up, we're going to roll out of here. It's Carl's 3 steps out the door. Instead of having videos, I'm going to catch up on all the sports I didn't catch up when we came in the door. So I'll be back in 3.5 minutes to wrap this baby up. Thank you for watching. We've still got one more segment to go. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game
At
day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish. And remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Soundgarden stage every week, because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. You got it right back there, okay? I know the glare's gone away, and I'm back, and we're wrapping this up. I did not get to download 3 videos because of last night. I got home late. I was the color guy on the WSAV Friday night Blitz game, Benedictine at Wayne County, so that nice 2-hour drive to Jessup. So, but I got to finish up the information that I should have started at the beginning of the show, and we'll just go right from the top. Don't forget, 3 steps in the door. Let's take 3 steps out the door. All right, high school sports is step 1. Once again, I did this. I want to make sure I get the scores out there. We're going to run the ticker. All right, so you got Thursday night, Johnson beats Groves 52-6. Pierce County beats Windsor Forest 44-0, and Memorial Day School switched their game from Friday to Thursday, and they beat Thomas Jefferson 18-0 in their first region game. Okay, then we go to Class 6A. Brunswick beats South Effingham 38-14, and Bradwell puts a little wrench in that region race over there, beats Statesboro 28-25. In 5A, Coffee County beats Jenkins 34-0. 4A, Benedictine 21-21 halftime. 17 unanswered points in the second half. They shut Wayne County out 38-21. New Hampstead all over Islands 48-7. In Class 3A, Savannah Christian 55, Beach 6. Calvary 49, Savannah Country Day 0. Calvary's in the driving seat. If they can beat Long County, who beat Liberty County 36-22 last night, they clinched the region title. And in 1A, Bryan County had off. Screven County beat Savannah High 29-6. And the Georgia Independent Athletic Association District 2, Pinewood Christian jumps out to a 28-0 lead. They held on to beat St. Andrews 35-28. Volleyball all day today, starting at 11 o'clock. Once again, Bryan County is at Temple High School in Class A. This is Class A. Woodville is at Heard County. They'll play at 3 o'clock. And Savannah High is at Chattahoochee County. And I'm pretty sure they'll play at 3 o'clock today on the road. In Class 3A, Savannah Christian will host, Richmond County at 11:30. St. Vincent's is on the road taking on Morgan County at 12 noon. Calvary Day School is on the road. They will play at Columbus. Game time is, I don't have a game time for Calvary Day. So if you have the game time for Calvary Day, send me a comment. Class 6A, South Effingham will travel to Veterans High School, and Richmond Hill will host East Coweta in Class 7A at noon. In the gaps, the Georgia Association of Private and Parochial Schools volleyball state semifinals are today. Habashan will travel to the New Creation Christian Academy in McDonough, Georgia, to take on the number 1 seed, Alleluia Community, at 11 o'clock. So that's your volleyball. Softball, we only have two teams left. South Effingham and Effingham in 6A both won 3 straight games. They didn't have to play an elimination game. They both are in the same bracket. They will play October 25th. South Effingham opens up with Pope at 1 p.m. This is all in Columbus, Georgia. And then Effingham takes on Lassiter at 5 o'clock. They're both in the same bracket, so they can meet each other in the second round if they both win. 4A football rankings, Benedictine's number 1. 3A, Calvary's number 1. Savannah Christian State at number 5. And Bryan County still at number 9. The Redskins, they'll come back to play next week. They win the region title. Step 2 is colleges. Savannah State volleyball is 11-9, 7-8 in the SEAC. They lost one game last week. They'll return next week for more SEAC action. Heartbreak for Savannah State Tigers. They outplayed Central State, but they lost 21-10. They had a balanced offensive attack. However, mistakes and missed opportunities cost the Tigers a chance to win. They are at home today because you know what today is? Homecoming! Homecoming. That's right. Packed house. All the tailgating spots were sold out. They take on Tuskegee at 3 p.m. today. Tuskegee's coming in with a 5-2 record, 4-1 in the SEAC. 3 o'clock, I miss saying this, at Ted Wright Stadium. It's going to be packed house over there. All right, let's go to the other colleges that we follow. Georgia Tech had a bye last week after that unbelievable victory against Miami. They'll play Boston College at noon today, home up there in the ATL. Georgia beat Vanderbilt last week. They're on a bye, 37-20. You know, Brock Bowers is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Georgia Southern, homecoming. They lost to James Madison 41-13 last week. They take on the University of Louisiana at Monroe today. Big game for the Eagles. Georgia State beat a good Marshall team. They're away at Louisiana State today at 8 p.m. tonight. Soccer, men's soccer over there at SCAD. They lost Thursday to St. Thomas 4-1. They'll be at Florida Memorial today, and they start at 11 o'clock. The women's team is now ranked number 7, but they lost to number 18 St. Thomas on Wednesday 2-1. They're home today against Florida Memorial, once again at 11 o'clock like the men. All right, let's go to the pro side of the sports around here in Savannah, Georgia. Braves are out. They lost in the first round they played, and then NLDS, the National League Division Series, to Philadelphia. But you got to love it. The Diamondbacks, Arizona, have come back to tie the series. Arizona, a bunch of no-name young kids, knocking off that star-studded lineup for Philadelphia the last 2 days. Pretty exciting. Then, of course, we go to the other side. Texas goes to Houston, takes 2. Houston goes to Texas, takes 3. Houston needs one more win at home to make it to the World Series. Pretty interesting right there. Football. I don't know, people. I don't know. The Falcons, 1 week they're good. The next week they're not good. They beat Houston the other last 2 weeks ago on a Young Ko field goal kicker from Georgia Southern. And then they come back last week and they stink the house up. They lose to Washington 24-16. So, you know, Ritter, 3 interceptions. Don't know what team's going to show up. Tomorrow they got to travel to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks, and it's an NFC Southeast contest at 1 o'clock. Brian Harmon's been off since the Ryder Cup Champions Tour. Tim O'Neill's been playing every week. He's ranked 41st in the Schwab ranking. Last week at the SAS Championship, he tied for 27th at 4 under. This week, yesterday, he was in the running, but I did not get the chance to update it because, like I said, I got home late. So, but he was I think tied for 37th at 2 under. Oh, I can tell you right now. Let the old coach find my Tim O'Neill news because he deserves it. You know, here's a guy that has been resilient, played a lot of the minor PGA tours until he finally turned 50, and now he's on the Champions Tour. So let's see what Tim O'Neill is at the Dominion Energy Charity Classic. Let's go to the leaderboard. Okay, come on, leaderboard. Where are you? All right, let's go to tours. Oh, there he is. PGA Tour Champions. Go to the leaderboard. And let's see. I know he was at 2 under. Well, I take that back. He wound up finishing 4 over yesterday, and he was tied for 59th. I know when I looked at it, he was 2 under. So he tees off today at 11:47 down there in Richmond, Virginia. All right, at the Country Club of Virginia. Savannah Bananas, remember the tickets are on sale. You have to get in the lottery if you want to go to the minor league or major league ballparks. I put my name in. I'd love to get 4 tickets to go see them in Tampa Bay at George Steinbrenner Field. I'm not going to Boston. Okay, I'm still going to stay close to home. I'm going to drive to Tampa Bay. Hopefully, I can win some tickets. That's what I'm looking for. The Ghost Pirates last night opened up 3-2 win in a shootout. And, if you follow the Ghost Pirates last year, Brent Peterson is back. He scored the shootout goal that gave the Ghost Pirates a win last night. Tonight, they're in Atlanta taking on the Gladiators, okay? Tonight, they take on the Gladiators. Last night, they beat the Norfolk Admirals, all right? So they're in Atlanta taking on the Atlanta Gladiators. Savannah Clovers played their last game tonight at Richmond Hill Stadium. Go check it out. They won their first home match last week at Richmond Hill Stadium. They'll be finishing up, and they'll be playing the league leaders, Chattanooga Football Club, at Wildcat Stadium in Georgia today. The match is set to kick off at 7 o'clock. Tickets for the match can be purchased at savannahclovers.com/tickets. Remember, it'll be streamed on YouTube. Anything else I got for pros? Oh, semi-pro football. The Savannah Falcons semi-pro football team had tryouts. They're looking for people. They're looking for help. They're looking for coaches. They're looking for office help. Go to Savannah Falcons semi-pro football team on Facebook, and you can find out what they're looking. And I can't forget about this. Last part of 3 steps out the door as far as news goes. We got to talk about what's happening in the Sound Garden besides me sitting on the stage. Well, you got tonight an evening with Jason and Jared, 7 o'clock. Really good. It's supposed to be one of the best bands that comes in here. You want to sit and relax, just check it out tonight. Get tickets at Eventbrite. Next Friday, October 27th, we got a double header. We got a double feature tribute extravaganza. You got Departure, Journey, and Back in Black, AC/DC. Then we go, we have to wait till Friday, November 10th. We got Freebird, the ultimate Leonard Skinner tribute experience. And then Friday, week later, Friday, November 17th, we got Slippery from When Wet, the Bon Jovi tribute band. So that's what's happening in the Sound Garden the next couple of weeks. Tonight, 7 o'clock. All right. Carl's Corner. Well, first of all, I got to plug this. You have a football team. You have a football game you want to watch. There's gazillion TVs here. I got the 975-inch TVs put behind me. I just got a thumb. How did that happen? Where did that come from? I don't know if you guys saw it, but I just saw someone gave me a thumbs up. Okay. But anyway, any game you want to watch. Georgia's off today. Georgia Tech's got Boston College. You want to watch Georgia Southern, Georgia State, Georgia Tech. Just come here and watch it. Penn State, Ohio State, big game today at 12 o'clock. Come watch it. A lot of adult beverages, best chicken wings in town, calzone, pizza, hamburgers, hockey sticks, mozzarella sticks. Very good here at Coach's Corner. Come check it out. All right. Before I get out of here, no videos. I do apologize, but we have Carl's Corner. Carl's Corner. I mean, we're all bummed out that the Braves didn't go any further. But we have baseball playoffs going on, and all I hear is all week, could you imagine if we watched Arizona taking on Houston? I mean, it's Major League Baseball playoffs. I know it's not big market TV, but it's great baseball. I guess because I'm a baseball fanatic, I love watching any type of baseball. But what the Diamondbacks did yesterday, okay, of course I watched the highlights this morning. I mean, it's unbelievable. Well, I listened to the end of the game on the way home from Jessup. So it was just great. It's just great. Here you have this high-powered Philadelphia offense, like we had the high-powered Atlanta Braves offense. You got to love it that the underdog is there in the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then Texas jumps out on Houston. Houston comes back and wins 3. It's exciting. All right, and just throw all the football and everything else that's thrown in. We got a great game, Miami, Philadelphia, as far as pros go tomorrow. There's a lot of big games on college TV. It's just a great time of year. And I'm going to watch baseball like I'm going to watch any of the other sports. So check it out. Major League Baseball players are the best in the world, but also the playoffs is exciting too. It's not boring, but some people find it boring. Like, you find statistics, only 30% of our population is really gung-ho about sports in our society. So on that note, it's time to get out of here. And I guess my man, Lawrence Bennett is checking in first. Hold it. Former football player checked in. Cam of Woodville, Cameron Tillman, played for me at Groves High School. Love you, Coach. Keep it going. Well, it means a lot that my former football players are checking up on me, and the man that's always checking up on me is the producer, Lawrence Bennett. Yep, Lawrence, we're at an hour and 40 minutes. We threw another commercial in there. We could make it to 2 hours, but it's time to go. It's time to get out of here. I got family in town. Got to go see what they're headed up to, and I really do appreciate WSAV let me do that game last night, Benedictine against Wayne County, watching Benedictine hanging in the first half, and then, of course, be Benedictine in the second half. So if you want to check it out, go to WSAV and put on the Friday Night Blitz. You can see the man fast-talking Italian, all right? But anyway, hopefully it took you out of what's ever going on in your life. With this crazy world, say a prayer for everything that's going on. But as I say every week, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. And until I speak to you next week, hopefully I do, may it be your best week ever. God bless. Talk to you later. And man, do we need peace. Peace out.